Rome, the eternal city, has a legendary beginning that intertwines myth and history. According to tradition, Rome was founded in 753 BC by twin brothers Romulus and Remus. The story begins in Alba Longa, an ancient city of Latium, where their mother, Rhea Silvia, a Vestal virgin, was forced into chastity by her usurping uncle, Amulius. Despite this, she conceived the twins, fathered either by the god Mars or the demigod Hercules. In a bid to secure his throne, Amulius ordered the twins to be abandoned in the Tiber River. Miraculously, the river's currents carried them to safety, where they were found and nurtured by a she-wolf known as the Lupa. Eventually, they were discovered by a shepherd named Faustulus, who, along with his wife, raised the boys as their own, teaching them the ways of nature, survival, and justice. As young men, Romulus and Remus discovered their true heritage and overthrew Amulius, reinstating their grandfather, Numitor, as king of Alba Longa. They then sought to establish their own city. However, a conflict arose over its location. Romulus favored the Palatine Hill, while Remus preferred the Aventine Hill. Their disagreement led to tragedy when Romulus killed Remus, a dark act that marked the founding of Rome. Romulus named the city after himself and became its first king, setting the foundations for Rome's future greatness. He established key institutions, including the Senate, and opened the city to fugitives, exiles, and anyone seeking a new start, ensuring rapid population growth. Rome's early history, shrouded in myth and violence, reflects the city's eventual emergence as a formidable power. Following its mythical founding, Rome's early development was shaped by the reigns of 7 legendary kings, a period traditionally dated from 753 BCE to 509 BCE. With Romulus having established the foundation of Rome and serving as its first king, the mantle of leadership then passed to Numa Pompilius. Numa Pompilius, the second king, succeeded Romulus after a year-long interregnum. Known for his wisdom and piety, Numa is credited with establishing many of Rome's early religious and cultural institutions. He is said to have organized the Roman calendar, introduced important priestly offices, including the Pontifex Maximus, and built temples such as the Temple of Janus, whose doors were closed in times of peace. Tullus Hostilius, the third king, was a warrior who significantly expanded Roman territory through military conquest. His reign saw the defeat of Alba Longa and the incorporation of its population into Rome. Tullus's aggressive expansion and neglect of religious rites led to his dramatic demise, allegedly struck by lightning as a divine punishment from Jupiter. Ancus Marcius, the fourth king, combined martial prowess with a focus on public works and religion. The grandson of Numa, Ancus fortified Rome's position by building the first bridge over the Tiber, the Pons Sublicius, and establishing the port of Ostia. He also integrated the Janiculum Hill into the city and ensured the continuation of Numa's religious traditions. Lucius Tarquinius Priscus, the fifth king, was an Etruscan who ascended to power through strategic alliances and political acumen. His reign is marked by significant infrastructural advancements, including the construction of the Circus Maximus for chariot races and the Cloaca Maxima, Rome's great sewer system, which remains a marvel of ancient engineering. He also expanded the Senate, incorporating 100 new members from prominent Etruscan families. Servius Tullius, the sixth king, is celebrated for his extensive social and political reforms. He reorganized the Roman army and conducted the first census, which classified citizens into different classes based on their wealth and military capability. This reorganization enabled a more structured and fair distribution of responsibilities and privileges among Rome's population. Servius also built the Servian Wall, providing Rome with a formidable defensive structure. Lucius Tarquinius Superbus, the seventh and final king, ruled with an iron fist. His despotic and oppressive reign, characterized by tyranny and cruelty, sowed the seeds of his downfall. The catalyst for his overthrow was a personal and political scandal involving his son and the noblewoman Lucretia, whose tragic fate incited a rebellion. This revolt led to the expulsion of the Tarquins and the establishment of the Roman Republic, marking the end of the monarchical period. After the rule of the Seven Kings, Rome underwent a significant political transformation. The newly established republic replaced the monarchy with a system designed to prevent any one individual from gaining too much power. At its core was the Senate, a body of lifelong members who provided counsel and direction on legislative matters. The republic was also characterized by the election of two consuls who shared executive authority, each serving a one-year term to avoid the concentration of power. This period marked the beginning of a complex socio-political structure. The early republic faced internal struggles, particularly between the patricians, the aristocratic class, and the plebeians, the commoners. The conflict of the orders was a series of social conflicts that ultimately led to significant reforms. Among these was the creation of the office of the tribune of the plebs, who were elected officials tasked with protecting plebeian interests and had the power to veto decisions made by patrician magistrates. These reforms were crucial in shaping the early republic, ensuring a more balanced distribution of power among Rome's social classes. However, this balance was continually tested as Rome's territory expanded and its political and military influence grew. The Republic also featured various popular assemblies, each with specific functions. The Centuriate Assembly, Comitia Centuriata, was responsible for electing high-ranking officials, such as consuls and praetors, and had the authority to declare war and peace. Praetors were important magistrates in the Roman Republic, second only to the consuls. They were primarily responsible for the administration of justice, overseeing the courts, and ensuring the application of Roman law. There were two main types of praetors: the praetor urbanus, who dealt with cases involving Roman citizens, and the praetor peregrinus, who handled cases involving foreigners. Praetors also had imperium, allowing them to command armies and govern provinces. The tribal assembly, Comitia Tributa, elected lower magistrates and served a judicial role in certain cases. These assemblies allowed for broader citizen participation in governance, though they were often dominated by the patrician class. To address the ongoing conflict between the patricians and plebeians, known as the conflict of the orders, several key reforms were implemented. The most significant was the creation of the office of the tribune of the plebs. Tribunes were elected by the plebeian council, Consilium Plebis, and had the power to veto actions by other magistrates that were deemed harmful to the plebeians. This office provided a critical check against patrician dominance and ensured that the plebeians had a voice in the government. Over time, the plebeians gained more rights and representation. The 12 Tables, Rome's first code of laws, were established around 450 BCE to provide a transparent and consistent legal framework accessible to all citizens. The plebeians also achieved the right to hold significant political offices, culminating in the Lex Hortensia of 287 BCE, which made laws passed by the plebeian council binding on all citizens, further integrating plebeian influence into the Roman political system. These socio-political structures and reforms helped Rome manage its internal conflicts and laid the foundation for its expansion. The balance of power between different classes and the system of checks and balances within the government were instrumental in Rome's evolution from a small city-state to a dominant Mediterranean power. This intricate and evolving political system allowed Rome to adapt and thrive through centuries of change and challenge. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.